Going on to all of my Capricorns. So let's get into it. Let's get into the reading for you Capricorns, right? Okay. All right, so the cards that I come up with for this reading is the Lovers, the Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, the Emperor, okay, the Devil, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, all right, the Sun, the Chariot, and last but not least, we have the Queen of Swords. So, what I'm seeing here for you Capricorns is obviously you got the Devil card, which represents Capricorn, okay? And so you showed up in your own reading, okay? You got the Chariot, which represents Cancer Crabs, okay, which is your opposite zodiac sign, okay? All right, so what I'm seeing here for a lot of you, Capricorns, is pretty much I'm seeing there being a situation for you Capricorns where right now, let's see if this worked, right? Because I'm trying to figure out what to do with this ring light, trying to figure out the wall adapter from overheating so y'all can actually see me with this long term. But the point is, the Lovers, the Eight of Swords, and the Hierophant is all about kind of the misconceptions that a lot of you Capricorns have been having in the context of love right now. You Capricorns have been opening up your eyes to certain things, to certain cause and effects when it comes to love, learning a lot more about love and what love is, right? And how to spot when someone is trying to play games with a lot of you Capricorns in general. And as a result, it's raised the awareness level that a lot of you Capricorns tend to have, because the Hierophant represents awareness level, right? It essentially represents a person who's appointed as essentially the Pope, a symbol in the form of a living being that symbolizes higher levels of consciousness is what the Hierophant represents, right? So the Hierophant represents the word hiero, like when you have hieroglyphics, it means the sky or higher existence or celestial knowledge, right? So then you have the Hierophant, and then you have the pointing up, right? It represents divine awareness, right? Now, why I'm saying this is because a lot of you Capricorns have been put on to, like I said, what is love and what is not. So as a result of this, the Emperor and the Devil now, represents, it represents how the Hierophant, the Emperor is about how you need to understand that you are clearing the way for the people that will gravitate towards you, that is actually good for you, and you're actually getting rid or not talking to the people who's actually going to get in your way, because they're so busy trying to get you caught up in the game of telling you that they're interested in you when in actuality they're really not. So the Devil card now represents this being a situation for you where, so what this means, right, is there's that symbol again, like you have on the Hierophant card. Notice how the right hand is raised, right? All of this stuff is symbolic. All this stuff is spiritual. What it's trying to show you is, right, what it's trying to show you is divine intervention, divine knowledge. And that you Capricorns have that divine knowledge, just like anyone else is capable of having that. It's just that for you, it's actually coming in a lot more clear. And the Devil is not, the Devil card for you in this particular reading is not necessarily as terrible as it seems or as it looks. Because remember, as it is that I've said in sparingly in very few videos, and I have to reiterate this again because I'm really making this a point. Venus falls or I should say Venus has problems in zodiac signs like Scorpio, like Virgo, um, like Capricorn, and like Aries. Yeah, those zodiac signs. So all the other zodiac signs are, Venus is a go, right? If you have Venus in any one of those other 8 zodiac signs that I didn't name, then pretty much Venus is functional there. But for those zodiac signs, it means that Venus is detrimental there, right? And in Vedic astrology, this is actually a good thing that Venus is detrimented, because over here, right, Venus is exalted, or Venus is accelerated or comfortable in, like I said, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, which is one of the best places for Venus, right? But why that's a detriment over here is because it's actually inverted. What most people don't seem to understand is that Venus being in a situation where Venus is motivated, especially in today's time, it's actually a bad thing, due to the fact that you have a lot of people doing a lot of dysfunctional things to achieve that element of love that they were supposed to have gotten when they were a little one, right? They were supposed to develop that self-love so that when they get themselves into a relationship, they know how to have self-love and they know how to functionally interact with other people in the way that other people would want, right? So why that's so bad when a lot of people grow up is you seem to see a lot of people doing a lot of dysfunctional things for it, sometimes paying for it, trying to buy love in a sense of, trying to simp and pay for all of these things when it comes to a particular partner or a particular person, that you want this person to like you, but in actuality, this person doesn't want to spend this much amount of time with you as you do with them. And in Vedic astrology, a detrimented Venus, or a Venus that has trouble, is actually a good thing, because the Venus that has trouble, it means that you have to learn the reality of love and learn how to actually be in love yourself in a functional way, right? So those zodiac signs that Venus crosses, Mars, Capricorn, Scorpio, Virgo, those 4 zodiac signs are the type of people, right, who actually understand love the most out of everybody with Venus and every other sign. Because you have to understand love if you are going to move forward. Now, why this is important in the first place is because you have the Knight of Cups, you have the Two of Swords, you have the Sun card, okay? This is a representation here where you need to understand that with these 3 tarot, wow, this stuff always overheats. Sorry about that. But with these 3 zodiac signs, the show must go on, right? I got to get a better quality light. This stuff is lame. But with these 3 cards here, right, this is a representation of how you Capricorns, right, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, right, the Knight of Cups, the Two of Swords, the Sun card. This means how a lot of you Capricorns right around now are getting to a point where, yes, you are starting to understand love a lot more, and you're starting to be unaffected by it a lot more, in the sense of the things that the pain that you are going through, you're starting to learn how to adapt to it a lot better, to where it doesn't affect you, or it doesn't get in the way of you actually getting the love that you want. The Two of Swords, all right, and the Sun card represents this being a situation for you where the Two of Swords is that there still is some things that you're going to have to work out emotionally. That is a soft spot, because Capricorn is a zodiac sign that, carries a lot of burden on them. And they're a beautiful zodiac sign, right? I'm oftentimes finding myself very attracted to Capricorns. It's just that the thing with Capricorn is that you got to learn to get over certain blockages and certain pain and certain shortcomings that you have, so that you can get to the Sun card. Because if that's the case, then what's going to happen here for you is you can find yourself in a particular situation where you're going to be better off, right? You're going to be better off due to the fact that you will have less emotional baggage that you're tied to. Then the thing is that you have the Chariot, okay? And the Chariot and the Queen of Swords now represent this being a situation for you where the Chariot means that you need to actually deal with this before you move on. A lot of people get on here, right? And this is the type of information that you won't find almost anywhere on the internet. There's very few people on earth who knows of this information. But most people think that the Chariot is actually about moving forward. I beg to differ. The Chariot is, especially in this tarot deck, in this depiction of this card of what you're seeing, that is not true. The Chariot is actually about learning how to stay in one position for a prolonged period of time and learning how to deal with your own issues. A lot of people tend to think that the Chariot is all about moving forward. But how can the Chariot be about moving forward if the two Sphinxes, which is what is pulling the Chariot along, is actually laying down on their stomach? So the Chariot is not moving forward because it's not going anywhere. How could it be going forward if the very same source that's supposed to be that at that time the modern day engine isn't running, right? So this card in this particular reading for you Capricorns is all about staying stationary in your emotional state and learning how to actually deal with your own shortcomings emotionally. The Queen of Swords here represents how this is a situation for a lot of you where the Queen of Swords means that you need to understand that the Queen of Swords means that you have to understand that this will also help you from stop wilding out on other people, right? So that the next time the next time that people are trying to trigger you, get on your nerves, or you may end up getting triggered, you're actually slower to anger at this point because you've dealt with your emotional baggage. Now let's clarify the Queen of Swords. Right? Let's clarify that. Okay? So we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Two of Wands, and last but not least, we have the Nine of Swords. So these three cards are very important because the Queen of Cups represents you're learning how to deal with that emotional intensity inside of you that when you were younger, obviously you didn't necessarily have the tools to be able to deal with that emotional baggage that you have, right? Then the Two of Wands represents this right here. The Two of Wands and the Nine of Swords means that you still have some things that you're going to have to work out, particularly with family, particularly with career. A lot of, you Capricorns, career is very important. Vocation, which is career. So you're going to have to learn to address that as well as address your emotional state in your shortcomings when it comes to relationships. And coincidentally, one thing will actually cure the other, because once you start to have a breakthrough in your career or in your love life, it'll actually flow over into the other one. So that's just something that a lot of you Capricorns have to think about. Let me know what it is that you think in the comment section below. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share the video. Let's get those subscribers up, right? I'm at 1,913 subs. Let's see if we can get it to 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Also, too, if this reading resonated with you, then feel free to contact me at Kareemspiritworks@yahoo.com, or you can visit my website. The link to my website is in the description box below. Peace.